Saturday is here. I am live on YouTube. Where are you? I am on the ground. Been flying all night. My arms are tired. I have been flying because I went back to work for the month of August, and now it's September, and it's a choice I made. I thought it would be good to go back to work because I think if you can do it, if you have a disease, I have cancer. Lots of people have cancer. Some people have the ability to do things, and other people just don't have the strength to do it. And a lot of times that strength comes from the different therapies that are out there. I know, and here's what I'm talking about. Some people go through like heavy duty chemotherapy, and it's just too much for the normal person, and you just don't. I mean, man, like a couple days after chemo, and you're like struggling like crazy. I get a little bit of that. I can tell, like when I get in and out of the car, it's like, okay, I have to prop myself up on the door a little bit, and I got my face like right in the camera here. The reason I did it this way this time with the mount in the cars, because on some of the other videos I've done, I've noticed the audio is not so loud, and this car out here on the highway anyway, highway speeds, is pretty loud, so I want you to be able to hear what I'm saying, right? So yeah, if you can pull it off, I think it's a very good choice to get back into the workforce. So I thought about it. I thought I could try it and see what happens, and that's what I did. In August, I went back to work and flew. Whew. Sorry, I'm tired a little bit. I did sleep all night on that airplane. I wasn't working. I was a passenger. Went to Brazil to get some dental work done, and yeah. But working, I found out that I could do these transcons, which means Miami to the West Coast, Miami to Los Angeles, Miami to different places on the West Coast. So I tried those, and the only thing that really kind of messes me up is the coming back, the red eye, as they call it. You leave there at like 1 in the morning, get into Miami at like 7, 8 in the morning. Those are hard to stay awake. But the reason why I try to do those is because there's not a whole lot to do on these flights now that we have COVID restrictions. We do a beverage service and snacks, and then that's about it. Most people are sleeping on those long flights, so what we do is we'll just go up and down the aisles every 15 minutes or so to make sure that everybody's okay. So I've been doing that. I only had to, we call it call out sick. I only had to call in sick, whatever, once, and that was in August. Burn up a little bit more of my sick time, but other than that, I felt pretty good to fly and had the energy to do so. So I'm going to continue. I have a flight tonight. I know this is crazy. I got back from Lima, Peru. When was that? Yesterday morning. Flew to Brazil, got my dental work done, flew back to Miami. Now I have a trip to San Diego. And I told my family, I'm going to take it easy. Probably not going to leave the hotel. I mean, there's no reason for me to leave the hotel to do anything. And just just chill, maybe get some other kind of work done, that I need to be working on. And there's lots of layovers that I've done before where you stay in the room because you have things to do, like you want to do different things on the computer, or you want to watch a particular series that you're watching, and you've been to this layover, like a ton of times. San Diego, I love it there, it's nice, but I've been there a lot, and I can afford to not have to go out with the crew or anything and just say, guys, I'm gonna chill in my room. Been flying a lot, and I don't want to push it. Everybody understands, especially when you tell them what you're up against. So use those things in your favor, right? So like, I will fly out tonight around 7 o'clock, and then I get to San Diego like 10 p.m. Then we get to the hotel. It's going to be 11, midnight West Coast time before I get to sleep. And then, that's midnight is 3 in the morning here on the East Coast. So it's going to be a long day today. I'm going to try to take a nap and just to have clothes to wash, stuff that I wasn't able to do coming from Lima. I just had to turn right around and go to Brazil. almost the same, within the same few hours, but I did have enough time to drive back home, change my stuff in my suitcase a little bit, and go down there. Had a good time with these people that do my dental work down there. Have turned into friends now. We have had a good time. Also, I'm not sure if you follow me on Instagram, but or Twitter. I think it was Twitter. I did a live Twitter of a street market down there. I thought was really cool. So, all the colors of a street market, and then to hear the sounds, in a different country, it's quite the experience. So did that, and then I just decided, just gotta go back to the airport and get some rest, and I did. But I got my most rest on board the airplane. I managed to get in business class as an employee. That's pretty cool. And I just, as soon as that airplane took off, I got that seat flat, and the blankets and just everything. And man, I was good. Yeah. And then next thing I heard was we're landing in Miami, and I go, yeah. To get that kind of rest is so important for your body. But one thing I did notice is that my body got really dehydrated on that flight. So what I'm doing is I'm drinking water as I'm going across an alligator alley here. I stopped at one of our local grocery stores. I'll show you what I got here. This is big, but it's like a, what do you call it? Electrolyte water. Yeah. I don't know if those things are, at least they have something in them, right? It says it's spring water too. And I've kind of got this thing now about drinking spring water if it's from a clear, clean source. I just think that if you can get something that is less processed and is more touched by nature than, other waters that run through a reverse osmosis filtering system, then into a plastic bottle, and then, I know this isn't plastic too, but I bet anything there's less processing in that than there would be in regular water. So, all the less, for me, you make your own choices, but for me, it's touching, stuff in the earth, and that's kind of like a grounding effect, I guess. And all the better, I think. So I'll let this guy in here. So you want to come over? Do you think? So so let's talk about what's going on with me. I have been changing things a little bit. Still doing the melatonin. If any of you follow my protocol, melatonin is big. I'm doing that, and vitamin C. The vitamin C part's the part it's not that it's hard, it's that the melatonin I just have to put under my tongue, and then the vitamin C that I want to take at the same time, I have to either mix it, because that you can't just put under your tongue, or I found these like lozenges, and I called Solgar, is that the name of the vitamin company, about them, and they say, well, they have, because they're a supplement, we don't have to put the nutritional information on it. And I thought, everybody else does. The reason why I chose you guys is because it didn't show any sugars on there, and she told me, the gal at Solgar, that they didn't have to do that. So, but she said, I want to let you know that that particular vitamin C chewable has less than a gram of sugar in it. And I'm going, well, yeah, but I mean, you chew a lot of these things up, that could add up. So I don't like hiding ingredients in things. You have to be careful, right? You want to be as clean as you can with this stuff. So, but at the same time, you have to make it easy for you, or you won't do it. I mean, I find myself, I got things set on my phone. Hello, can't think. And it'll tell me, okay, it's time to take your melatonin and vitamin C. Melatonin's easy. In fact, I got it right here. And then my vitamin C, though, I don't have it right here because it's in a pouch and it's in powder form. I just gotta, it's something, I gotta figure out to make it. But I'm getting to the point where I want to say you have to set yourself up for success. I always say that, right? So if you're having trouble with your supplements or with just getting through the day and not doing something addictive like eating a food you should not be eating, set yourself up for success. And the way you do that is, number one, don't have those foods, don't have those things around. And then number two is if you mess up your pattern, if you fall off the horse, if you mess your whole strategy up, know that you can come back and it's okay, and your body will take you back with loving arms. It's the long haul, long-term stuff that really wreaks havoc on strategies. But I believe the more that you allow yourself and make excuses in your head to do certain things that are off protocol, then the easier it's going to be to do it next time. You just go, I did it before. Next day I felt like crap, but after that, I still have good numbers, good scans. And that's not the way to go about it, because at any given moment, you could trigger something, right, by doing something off protocol. And I'm not saying that if you follow the protocol that you will not have a trigger, or, that it will save your life, but it's darn well going down the better of the two paths. you gotta make a decision that you want to do this. It's not easy, it's hard, it's discipline, but once you get everything in place, then it's just following the steps. And if you take it a step at a time, it's going to be a lot easier than if you look at the whole big picture and go, gosh, I got to do all that, So try to break it down, make it something that you can manage, and you're going to be okay. And if you have any problem at all with any of the things that you're trying or doing, get help. Get help. I mean, contact somebody like me. You can direct message me, and I will hold your hand, walk you through it, be with you. It's rough. It's not easy. A lot of people don't understand it too. They think that for them, they do their thing and it's okay, but they don't understand that for you, it's a little different, because you have to answer to you, right? You're not doing this for anybody else. So a lot of times you'll be in a situation where everybody else is having a drink or eating cake or donuts or whatever, and you start thinking, well, maybe just this once, I could do that, and then I'll get back on my protocol. But if you start doing that, like I said, you're going to be starting to punch holes through the whole protocol, and then it'll be easier to do it the next time, and you're going to have a rough time. So be very careful with your choices. Melatonin, doing vitamin C. I have, one new thing I've done is Ketone Supplements, and by Keto Start. And in fact, I should try to make one while we're driving here. That's always good. Where are those things? I think I just left them in here. I am doing those. What else am I doing? Might be fun for you to hear about. I've been doing, like I said, I've been doing a lot of work, which, and then, kind of listening to my body and seeing if everything's okay. That's me. That's the other thing, is you gotta listen to your body. Okay, you did this. How did it work out for you? And I'm telling you, this morning, if I had to do a flight this morning, I don't know. Just when I got up from the flying this morning, I felt, man, I don't feel good. But, then you listen to your body, and my body was saying, you're dehydrated, you really need. Matter of fact, during the night, I'd wake up, they give you a little water bottle there, though, and my mouth would be just so dry that the air in that airplane that they circulate around here is so cotton picking dry. And it's dried me out. So that's what I'm doing here, is hydrating. Got my water bottle going on, and it takes a while for your body to get hydrated, but you really need to stay in a good point of hydration, because that's the way the body functions best, is when it's hydrated. But here's what this is boiling down to. using that phrase a lot, aren't I? Is that you gotta get to a place where you're listening to your body. You know, something's happening, like after you eat, or your energy when you go to bed or when you get up, and then figure out, okay, why is that happening that way? And then when you figure that out, you know, you can do different things. Like you can stop eating so late in the day, or you can change your diet, you know, do different things. So that's prime, is listening to your body. There are some different things, and I've hinted at them before, that kind of going on in the background of my life, and I can't really say anything about it yet because nothing's been put in concrete yet, but let's just say that a study may be going on about my protocol and what I do, and right now we're gathering data. So yeah, so this is not going to go the whole hour. I don't have a whole lot happening this week, or that has happened this week, that I can share with you, other than the getting back to work part. I appreciate you guys so much. You know, the support, love, comments, and I have like this group that's kind of growing bigger, that does research for me. You know, they kind of got my protocol down. You know, okay, this is what Dave does, this is what Dave likes, these are the things that he would look at. You know, it's like, if you were to show me a study that could work, here's one for an example, is someone posted about using orange rinds, you know, the rinds of the orange, and maybe even the what do you call it, you know, when you scrape the outside of the orange, and the white part too, to, you know, somehow you make that into something you can eat, and that I don't know if it, I'll have to look at the study again, but it does either one of two things. It either enhances the chemotherapy against the cancer cells, or it mitigates the side effects. Something to do with chemotherapy, though. Now, it's just so fascinating. I mean, where do these things come from, right? So yeah, people keep sending those things to me, and I just, you know, I just, there's just so much. And that's the cool thing, is that research is traveling at such a fast pace. And I know in some of these things, research has to continue on a little bit deeper. I mean, they found this, okay, can we do it again? Can we make the trial bigger? Can we, you know, get more people involved and see what happens, even on a, you know, individual basis? And I just, it's just, we're living in fascinating times, you know, and gosh, it's just exciting. I mean, who would think, you know, orange rinds would have anything to do with cancer? But there you go. All right, now I got to figure out here on my screen. I see a little X in the upper right-hand corner. I think that's how we stop this thing. Appreciate you, and we're going to catch you next Saturday for the Saturdays with Dave.